So I want to tell you a story. To quote Rip on Yellowstone, when you boil life down, it's funny just how little you need, isn't it? Don't need a red dot, don't need a rail, don't need a suppressor. Wait, we talking about lever guns? Because you can definitely have all those things. Once again, here on the Pop Doctor, we've created an abomination. I may not have 30 rounds in this gun, but I have all the other doodads. Simpler times. Same round in your long gun and your sidearm, one precise aim shot at a time. Today, we talk about lever guns. And not just any lever gun. My Henry Model X Big Boy, chambered in .38 Special 357 Magnum. So if you follow the channel at all, you know that I'm a fan of modernizing old designs. And if there's ever an old design that was just begging to be modernized, it's the lever gun. Closed breech design allows for superb suppression. And so I usually shoot it with a .38 Special. You can absolutely bring the boom with a 357 loading, but those .38s are just so much fun and super satisfying. You could get a leather stock quiver for extra rounds for a more classic look, but I like the adjustable nature of the chisel machining stock that I have. Added functionality and comfort, for sure. The stock also has a QD cup, so I can attach a sling. Although I'm kind of 50-50 on slings for lever guns, because I feel like if it's too tight, you get impeded you get tangled up in the action. So it's great for carriage of the weapon and stabilizing for longer shots, but I'm not sure I'm entirely sold on running a sling all the time. I also installed a Midwest Industries M-Lock rail, which took a little bit of effort. A couple little scary points when you have to take the mag tube out. You just literally whack it with a hammer to get it to come out. But I was able to do it. And if you're going to goober up an old design with a bunch of tactical nonsense, you might as well go all out. So eventually this will get a light on it, maybe a laser.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know if I can justify that. If I really want to be a goon, I could put a laser on there, but as of right now, a light's incoming, and then obviously the attachment point for the sling. The rail is very comfortable, it's very light, and it is very easy to shoot with. Other things, the newer Henry models, they've added a side gate for loading. Previous models, you can see this end cap here. You actually had to unscrew the end cap, take the whole mag tube out to load them. But in all their wisdom, they added a side gate to make it easier for loading with a suppressor in place. If you'll notice, there isn't any clearance between the mag tube release and the suppressor. So you'd technically have to take the suppressor all the way off to reload through the mag tube. So the side gate is awesome. Because it has a side gate, pretty easy to load, and man, will you be loading. Much like a shotgun, feeding this pig is just as important as shooting it. So you're going to be spending as much time pushing shells into that gate as you are unloading them through the barrel. That's half the charm, though. It's that nostalgia, like we've talked about in some of my other videos. Very, very satisfying. You can go through a box or two of ammo, and it might take you half a range session. But you know what? That's as good as any 300-round AR range session that I've ever had. The gun is very mechanics heavy, so learning to run the charging handle or the loop, learning the loading sequence, all of those things, just you become endeared with the experience. I haven't had a person pick this up and not smile after shooting it. The slight heft of the rifle matched with the pretty puny 38 special cartridge also leads to a very, very smooth shooting experience. And with a suppressor on, it's excellent for people who are recoil sensitive, especially as a training platform, because they can only shoot one shot at a time. They have to cycle the action. They can get comfortable with it, and it's not really scary in terms of shooting a rifle like some other platforms are. Definitely fun to shoot a 30-30 or a 45-70.
And run that bolt like you're pissed off.
But this suppressed, it's a smile maker. It really is a good time. You will not develop a bruise or tinnitus by the end of the day when you shoot this. You can shoot it all day and have no problems. The action on this Henry is super smooth. Malfunctions are pretty rare. I have found, though, that if you baby the lever, sometimes it binds up the action a little bit. But if you run it straight forward, straight back, you have no problems getting it to go into battery. Also found that the gun, if it's slightly canted or tilted when shooting, the action gets bound up occasionally and a shell will misfeed. That's more of a shooter incompatibility issue. That's a me thing. I just need to get better at it. The trigger's super light and crisp, as you'd expect from a hammer design or a single action design. And while standard maintenance is pretty easy, just opening up the bolt, cleaning things out on the inside, really detailed strip down of the receiver can be a little bit more complex and daunting. There are a lot of pieces and parts in there. So if you want to go crazy with cleaning, it can be a little bit of a challenge. But in terms of maintenance, for the most part, because of the closed breech design, most of the stuff just goes down the barrel. It doesn't foul up the action very much, and it's pretty easy to take care of. For a design that won the West, it has staying power. I mean, this thing is so much fun to shoot. And in some states, straight wall cartridges are all you can hunt with. So this could be a hunting rifle for somebody. Internal mag design, it holds less than 10. It's not even semi-automatic or fully semi-automatic or whatever you want to call it. It is definitely something that would be beneficial in a banned state, but I'm fortunate enough to live in a place where I have freedom. So what's the point of this? Fun, obviously. I think that something like this would be great for someone in a state like California, where they can't get a hold of the more advanced platforms like ARs. But for me, this was just an opportunity to customize a gun and have a little bit of fun. And it really provides enjoyment to anyone who picks it up. It's a phenomenal training platform, especially for people who are sound and recoil sensitive. It's just super fun. When you bring this out at the range, everybody comes over. Everybody wants to shoot it. It's super awesome. If you don't get satisfaction out of running that lever back and forth, why are you even at the range, bro? I mean, this is incredible. Hasn't been a single person who shot this recently who said, nope, I don't want to shoot it again. Everybody wants another mag tube. So grab a box of ammo, my Wolfman, have some zen. It's just simpler times. This is an awesome platform. This is the Pop Doctor signing off. I may or may not be a doctor.